Join me right now on Kumite TV is the face of Bellator, Richard Kiely. What's going on, Richard?
What's the story, my man? You got it in one.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
Wonderful.
But I'm thinking, Dylan Dallas. I thought he was the face of Bellator. What happened? Did you take that title from him?
I was the original face of Bellator. I am the original face of Bellator. There's loads of people claiming that they're face of this, the face of that. I am the original face of Bellator. Anyone else that claims it, you know, they're trying to replicate the original. So it is what it is. But I am the original face of Bellator, and after I knock out the snake, everyone will acknowledge me as such. He's their poster boy, so I'm going to be taking his place.
I love what you're doing, man. I love that you're taking your career by the balls and calling out the biggest names and chasing after the biggest fights because that's what it's all about, man. Sometimes you got to do that, and some people they don't like it, but hey, you got to do what you got to do.
I don't care. I don't care whether they like it or not. But I tell you what, whether they like me or dislike me, they're definitely watching. So whether they want to see me get knocked out or they want to see me win, they're definitely watching. So I don't care what people have to say. Like, I'm not here to queue up and do 10, 20, fights before I hopefully get a shot and hope someone picks me in the queue. I'm skipping the queue. I feel like I deserve it. So who's anybody else to tell me what I can and can't do? Someone else, nobody has the right to tell me what I can and can't do. If I feel like I deserve something, I'll go and get it. That's what I did. And I will pick on the people who have the biggest and the baddest because I'm not afraid of anyone. I recognize my skill set. People will see the difference, the disparity in records, and they can look at that and they will automatically discard me as being a realistic winner. But let them. I enjoy that. That'll make it even more of a shock when I knock out the snake. He's very ugly, isn't he? Yeah, isn't he?
Yeah, to each his own, man. To each his own. Now,
Got
now
it.
let's go back to the press conference. Late July. I think a lot of people, more eyes chased after you because of that. And like if you look back at what MVP said and what you said, what did his behavior and his mannerisms say about his attitude towards you and the fight?
That was a coward's way. It showed that he was insecure. Anyone that has he needs props to hide behind the phone and the fake laugh. We saw in the Daily fight, he likes being the hammer, he doesn't like being the nail. We roasted Daily in the press conference, so he turned up and the titles turned him and he got distinctly uncomfortable when he wasn't able to match me cognitively. I'm much more intelligent than him. I was much more articulate than him. I was much sharper than him, with quicker with the tongue. I was much prettier than him too. So, what are you laughing
Huh?
at? What are you laughing at? So yeah, look, and then he pretended with all this like, oh, he's not giving me a whatchamacallit. He's treating this as a tune fight. He's had to go very quiet now, though, isn't he? You have to go very quiet now because I think he recognised that when he took this fight, it was an emotive decision. He saw the record, like all good bullies, he likes to be able to pick on people that he thinks he can beat up. So he saw a record there that he thought he could, he could get another highlight reel off the back of the Lima fight. Now he knows that this isn't going to be one of those fights. So he's had to go quiet now. He's trying to, he's trying to minimise that shit talking that he was doing, saying that this is only a tune-up fight. And we started going very, very quiet because he knows I can knock out anyone in this division. He hasn't fought anyone like me, anyone that moves like me, and he's already shown that he can be put out with one shot. And I've shown that I've got legitimate one shot knockout power. Not just on one fist, not just on one arm. I have it in legs, knees, arms, elbows. So he's nervous. What happens to his career now if he loses to a 3-1 fighter?
Exactly. It's a risky fight to take, man, especially a guy
But
against you
give him,
like
but
you.
don't give him any credit for him taking a risk. This wasn't him. This was him trying to be a bully and seeing a whatchamacallit, seeing a 3-1 fighter and then wanting to see if he can get a highlight reel. This wasn't about him taking a tough fight. Now he knows the tough fight. I'd say he's sick. He took it. So, and
Hey,
he's going to be sick. He's going to be sick in the 28 when he wakes up with his jaw on the other side of his face and no career.
have you had any interactions with him since the press conference?
No, he's gone on the missing list. you started to be quiet. But you saw how, like, after all that, what you call it, all that pretend that, feigning disinterest and, feigning this, this lackadaisical, uninterested kind of demeanor. As soon as I turned around and got in his face, the mask slipped, and you saw what he was really like. He was, he was at a heightened sense of awareness. You could tell he was, he was jittery, pushed me away, jumped in behind a load of security guards. That's the real Michael Vagina Page. The coward. That's what he is. Like I said, he likes being a hammer, doesn't like being a nail. Like all good bullies. What do they do when someone stands up and gets in his face? I'm not that none of what he does. I've seen all that type of obfuscation, movement before. I know exactly what he's doing. But, he has not fought anyone like me. And the bad thing, the unfortunate thing for him is that he's come against a guy at 3-1 who has seen his style countless times before.
Definitely his last fight, against Douglas Lima. What did you get out of that fight about his style when you analyze it?
Nothing much. Nothing much in fairness. Like in fairness to him in that fight, I got more from his other fights than I did from the Lima fight. To be fair to him, he was arguably could have picked off Lima, but it was complacency that beat him. He got complacent. Lima's not particularly quick, but he's an intelligent fighter. And it was complacency. Like what MVP was trying to do was to work off Lima's kicks, let Lima throw the kick, and as he throws the kick, MVP was banking on his speed of hands and movement being faster than his kicks, faster than Lima's kicks. Lima caught him. He was frustrated, tried to pounce him straight away, and Lima just too experienced. And like I said, he's an intelligent fighter, but he lacks what he lacks in, I suppose, dynamism in terms of speed. He makes up for intelligence, and his intelligence and MVP's complacency / arrogance conspired to put MVP in the end of the fight. This time I don't expect him to be complacent. I expect him to come out all guns blazing, but that's going to feed into my hands, and he's going to end up on the end of another highlight reel this time against mine. So, tough shit, MVP. Hard luck.
When you approach a fighter, when you prepare for a guy, what is the approach? What is your preparations like?
As in, what? Well, my preparation is the same. Before I went into MMA, I kickboxed for a long time, so I've seen that. Like I know what the ostentatious movement is, and the exaggerated movements, and the arrogance, the swinging the arms, and all this type of stuff. That's to hide the fact that he's a Blitz 1-2 merchant. He's a world class Blitz 1-2 merchant. His Blitz is excellent. So I'm aware of that. Like I'm not disparaging his skill set, but he's one dimensional. We saw that against Daly. We saw that against Gonzalez. Even against Cyborg, I wasn't impressed with that. If anything, I was actually disgusted with that. And over the hill, Cyborg Santos. You could see him coming. It was like he was moving through quicksand. You could see him coming a mile away. Pick your shot. He could have picked anything there. You could have turned around, made a phone call, turned back, and Cyborg still would have been mid-punch. So that's absolutely no. Again, that just highlights the bully in him. He likes being able to pick. He's a padded record. He likes being able to pick on people that he knows he can beat. That's where he gets his highlight reels from. He's a fraud.
I saw that you were training a little bit with Johnny Walker, another phenomenal striker, a big guy, great movement. What did you get out of the sessions you had with him?
I think you should ask Johnny Walker what he got out of the session with me. That's I think would be more applicable thing. What I got out of sparring Johnny Walker was a big guy, 6'4", athletic guy, similar to MVP in terms of stature. But just ask Johnny Walker what he got out of me. That's more of an applicable question. Johnny Walker's a very nice guy. He's a great athlete. What have you? But we train SPG. We train with countless great athletes. Say what you want about the martial arts, the athleticism, and all that type of stuff. We're an intelligent bunch. My coaches, John Kavanagh and Dave Roach, are probably extremely bright guys. So we know, we understand strategy. We have an answer for an answer, essentially. So So in terms of our preparation, we know what he brings to the table. I wouldn't be surprised if this so-called world class striker turns into a grappler as soon as he feels the power I carry. So we're preparing for that as
SPG,
well.
like you said, your gym, SPG, who are the guys that you've been grinding with every day to prepare for Page?
We have John Phillips, Makwan Americani, we have Gunnar Nelson, who's sparring with him there during the week. Uh, Artem's there, like it's a who's who of, well, Connor's out injured, of course, at the moment. But, we world class, like I was sparring today against John Michael Shield, another exceptional boxer. Like even the guys that aren't well known are world class. It's so. It's pick your poisons. Like I've said this countless times before. There's no such thing as going onto the map on the pro team and going, I'm a bit tired today. I'm going to have a nice season. I'm going to pick him because no matter who you go with, they're exceptional. They're at least exceptional in one area, and the majority of them are exceptional in a lot of areas. So there's no easy round. So no matter what happens in the cage, I don't envisage it being any more difficult than what I did with the training.
You go out there, you knock out MVP, you get a highlight reel. What is the plan for the rest of the year? What is the plan for 2020?
Within 2 fights when I was with Bano, the biggest European organisation, I had a world title shot. Okay, when my first fight, in my very first professional fight, I called out MVP and I called out Paul Daly. People laughed. My second fight, I called for a world title shot. People laughed. The world title shot happened. This will be my fifth fight. The MVP fight will happen. Okay, so people want to start looking at laughing at the other side of their face now because what I'm calling for, I'm getting, and I'm making it happen. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that when I knock out Michael, that I fight for a world title. And there'll be nobody that's ever done it quicker than MMA. And I know people might laugh at that, but come here, have a look at my track record, what I've called for, and there's very few people. Can you name me anyone else in MMA? I'm not talking about in Ireland or in Europe, but anyone else in MMA that has had such a quick ascendancy. I've only had 4 fights. On the face of an organisation. It was the face of the biggest European organisation now, on the face of one of the biggest global organisations in the world. When I knock out their poster boy and probably arguably their biggest star, nobody can argue with that. So why not a world title shot after it? After Lima and McDonald, MVP lost to Lima. I'm taking. He'd probably be next in line for whoever is due a title shot. So when I knock him out, why not me? I've already proved before that I can do it. So
McDonald and Lima, they're going to fight for the title. Who do you got? Who do you feel that, after you knock out MVP, who are you going to fight?
It depends. Depends what McDonald turns out. I think McDonald at at his best, and by his best I mean with his mind right. I think he takes it. But if he doesn't have that, if McDonald turned up against Musasi fights Lima, I think Lima will beat him. So it's a toss-up. Based on ability, McDonald. But we all know that it doesn't just come down to ability. I've seen countless fighters that are brilliant in the gym, brilliant on the pads, doesn't translate into the cage. And Cerrone is another perfect example of that. You'll look world class at someone, and then sometimes someone will just break him mentally. Diaz broke him mentally. Watch out for Page. Page is fragile mentally. Particularly now after coming off the back of that Lima loss, and I saw it in the press conference. Why should someone that's only 3-1 affect him or get him so rattled? Why are you rattled, Michael? Why are you rattled? If you're so sure you're gonna take me out, if he doesn't take me out in 30 seconds, it's a failure. 3-1 record, and if he hasn't knocked me out within 30 seconds, that should be looked at as a failure for him. And then after a minute, I'm still in there and catching him with shots, catching him glancing blows. He's out there getting his vision rocked. He sees the flash. Watch. He's fragile. He'll go for the takedown. He'll shoot for the takedown. He'll start panicking. Or when I'm not going into his smoke and mirrors, when I see through that, he can't catch me. It's a much different fight then. That one, he's only one-dimensional. You have an answer for that one dimension. What's he going to do then? And it's my world.
Man, that fight is gonna happen soon, man. September 27th, Bellator 227, co-main event. It's huge, man. I'm glad that you're getting this opportunity and you're gonna be able to do it in front of your home crowd of Dublin. Man, it's exciting. Thank you so much for the time, Richard, and good luck on your fight and your future.
Man, thank you and appreciate the call and all the best. And be keeping me eye out on your show as well.